This is my first visit to Rome. In preparation, I recently watched a documentary about the Sistine Chapel. It explained how the frescoes on the southern wall depict scenes from the life of Moses, while those on the northern wall show the life of Jesus, all paired in deliberate, meaningful ways. On the ceiling, of course, are Michelangelo's magnificent scenes of the Old Testament. I watched the film not only to prepare for my trip, but also as a respite. For days I had been angry about this catastrophic war with Iran and about the stranglehold a certain group has on American foreign policy. I did not intend to dwell on these matters while viewing this film. Yet, as I observed the intertwining of Old and New Testaments, of Judaism and Christianity, and of Near Eastern and European traditions, my mind kept returning to our present predicament. A part of me, which I strongly resisted, found it difficult to enjoy the art. So heavy did the historical burden feel. A question arose unbidden. How are we ever going to extricate ourselves from these people? As a neo-pagan who sees modern leftism as a secularization of Christian values, my first instinctive thought was that we must dispense with Christianity. That may not require much effort, as Christianity in the West is already in steep decline. Christianity's growth today is primarily in the third world, driven mostly by non-whites. Yet on the political right, we see a resurgence of interest in Christianity, championed by high-profile influencers like Tucker Carlson. These individuals completely fail to recognize the Christian roots of modern liberal individualism and egalitarianism. Tucker is a self-professed racial egalitarian, civic nationalist, and universalist, which he sees correctly as flowing from his Christianity. However, even some on the racially conscious right advocate a return to Christianity. They fail to see what Tucker sees, that a consistent Christianity discourages racial consciousness and in-group preference. It may be paranoia to see Christianity as a Jewish virus engineered to undermine white racial consciousness, but it is easy to see why some people think that. But what about the older, tougher, more muscular Christianity? The Christianity of the Crusades, the version comfortable with hierarchy and difference. Translation, what about the older, unchristian Christianity? In those days, the civilization of Western Christendom was sustained by what remained of a pagan, pre-Christian ethos. Just as modern liberal societies long endured thanks to remnants of pre-liberal communitarianism, Western Christendom was sustained by what remained of pagan values. When contradictions exist within a belief system or between belief and practice, these are eventually noticed and resolved, often over centuries. Liberal societies eventually purged their pre-liberal remnants through relentless critique, leading to today's atomization. Similarly, Christianity gradually eliminated its pagan inheritance. Hierarchy, inequality, and racial consciousness were recognized as incompatible with core Christian teachings. What some on the right fail to see is that a return to tough, muscular Christianity in the service of white identity would inevitably repeat the same process. Serious Christians would eventually realize that their faith conflicts with white nationalism. We would be told once more that all are equal in the sight of God, that all men are brothers, that we have to love everyone, blah, 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 blah. Then we'd be right back where we are today. The way forward cannot be to swallow more of the same poison that has been killing us for 2 millennia. Whatever emerges will almost certainly arise organically, not through deliberate planning or advocacy. There may even be a synthesis of Christian and pagan elements. ideally shedding Christianity's most destructive aspects. It is pointless, of course, for neo-pagans to claim Christianity is alien to Europe. As this great city itself demonstrates, it has been woven into the European experience for 2,000 years. To be truly rooted in Europe means feeling at home not only in the Pantheon and the Colosseum, but also in the Sistine Chapel and in Peter's Square. Thank you.